Welcome, one and all, to All Hang Up and Listen, brought to you by Fatty Beer Company, Western New York's premier market and tap room with over 300 beers to choose from at 7 different Western New York locations. If you need to get a beer, get to Fatty Beer. Let them know we sent you from over at Two Goalies, One Mike. I mean, I don't know where else you'd rather, if you're not at the game, get to Fatty Beer because the vibes are high. The beer selection's incredible. Honestly, like every game I've been to, or every time I've been to Fatty Beer for a game, it's a packed bar now. Ever since the Sabres have gone on this run, there's no other place you'd rather be than right here, right now at Fatty Beer. And of course, Extreme Discount Mattress with Western New York's finest selection of mattresses and adjustable beds, featuring the Cool Gel Memory Foam, two-sided mattresses, Tele-Latex, organic mattresses, Chatham & Wells, Scott Living, all for 1/3 to a half the supposed sale prices anywhere. Stop in their 7 locations across Western New York or check out their website, extrememattress.com. That is Extreme with an X. If you're looking for even more savings, check out the new closeout center at 1625 Walden Avenue in Cheektowaga with up to 80% off their already low prices. You can save a fortune on one-of-a-kinds, closeouts, and floor samples. Get a quality mattress for literally pennies on the dollar. Extreme Discount Mattress. We sell mattresses for less, a lot less. And remember, if you mention you're a fan of Two Goalies, One Mike, you get yourself a free, yes, I said free, mattress protector with any purchase of a mattress. So make sure you let them know you're a fan of the show. Get yourself a free mattress protector when you buy a mattress from Extreme Discount Mattress. And last but certainly not least, Impulse Physical Therapy of Western New York, located at 5087 Broadway, Suite 100 in Depew, New York, right next to Catalyst Fitness. They have a 5-star facility and 5-star staff. You have a slip and fall, work-related injury, you got hurt on the ice, you got hurt on the field, however you may have gotten hurt, and you need to get rehabbing, you need physical therapy, make sure you look them up. Their facilities, and I said 5-star. I can't express it enough. It's incredible in there. It looks small on the outside, but it's massive on the inside. Alex Peters and his staff over at Impulse Physical Therapy, they will take care of you. Again, at 5087 Broadway, Suite 100. They're helping me on my journey to hopefully play hockey again after I had a pretty traumatic leg break last year, a little over a year ago now. So shout out to them. Hurls. We joke about it a lot. But I'm starting to think, will this team ever lose again?
First time in franchise history with 2 separate 8-game winning streaks in the same season. Starting to make me think that they won't. I just had to zoom out 4 times in my computer to screenshot the Sabres schedule results since December 9th, when they started going on this run after those 3 losses to begin the West Coast road trip, when they were 11-14-4, 29-5-2 in the last 3 calendar months. That would make it 36 games, 29-5-2. Absolutely unbelievable.
Dude, the run Lyon has been on too.
That's
like
I was.
What is he, like 15-2 in his last 17 games, whatever it is? Can someone look at that up in the chat, please?
40, 19-6, 40, 19-6. It doesn't even feel real to say, and I think we're running out of adjectives, we're running out of verbs, we're running out of ways to describe it.
Yeah,
the team is on this. I guess it's even almost like a Bluesian type run of 2019, of course, but I don't even know if the Blues were this hot. Someone can look that up too. I'm gonna. I don't think they were this good for this long. I really don't think so.
You remember when Ryan Whitney said on Spit and Chicklets that the Sabres had a 0% chance of making the playoffs?
No. He said 0.0, not even 0.001, not even a fraction of a chance. He said it wasn't happening, period.
Which is insanity. Like, man, actually, at the time, it wasn't so insane. It wasn't so insane. They were struggling to find consistency. They weren't ready to start at games. They were injured. There were a lot of reasons to doubt this team back when he did say that. But I mean, holy shit, man. en route to their second 10-game win streak this season, which I think they'll get. Who's next on the list? Who's next? Who's next?
Good?
Goldberg. All my
the
wrestling stands out there. Who's next?
The Capitals on Thursday at home.
Oh, fuck them. They're done.
And then the Toronto Maple Leafs on Saturday at home as well to finish off
10 in a row, and you get it against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Oh my God. Let's go. Yeah, and this like Zucker with his 20th goal. You have Dahlin with 21 goals. You have how much is Tage up to now? He's almost up to 40. He's getting close.
34.
He's 34. 27, I believe, for Tuck. Had another tonight. Dude, like this team is just unfucking stoppable. They're unstoppable.
And the one guy that I think people could point to as a source of frustration as someone who's been inconsistent has been Jack Quinn. And what do you know? When he hasn't had a goal, I think it was 12 games, 10 plus games, Jack Quinn goes out there and gets the first hat trick of his career. It's almost like they're checking things off that they need to do. It's like a checklist that they need to accomplish at a list of chores. And look at Ryan McLeod's effort at the end of the game, sacrificing any defensive responsibility, anything at all,
just to make sure
Jack Quinn got his hat trick, which was just unbelievable.
It's like you've seen The Last Dance, right? With Jordan. Like you remember when like he was talking about the reporters that doubted them all in that one series, and like Sam Smith was talking about it, and Jordan was like, took care of you the game 4, took care of you in game 5. We're gonna take care of you tonight. That's like kind of like you were saying, like they're literally like, okay, what can we improve on, or what do we need to do? Who do we need to get on board? Who do we need to get going? Tonight it was Jack Quinn, man. And like, what a debut for Logan Stanley, too, by the way. The Stanimal, fantastic. What way to make an impression. I thought he had a great game. Jack Quinn, again, a hat trick. You have Alex Tuck just staying hot. Did Tage Thompson have a point tonight?
He did not have a point. So that
the point streak ends at 11.
To be honest, I almost like that. He's your best player. He's been one of the main reasons they've gone on this streak, especially in his case, since the end of the calendar year in 2025, when he got the announcement he was on the Olympic team. He's just been out of this world. The fact that your best player doesn't even have a point tonight, and you still beat one of the most talented and youngest teams in hockey with one of the best players in hockey without your best player scoring a point, says it all about this team.
Yep. It's absolutely mind-blowing, man. And who's next up to score 20? I mean, how close is,
sorry,
could we realistically have another?
I got to zoom back in 4 times off the schedule so I can get back to a regular viewing frame. 20. Zucker got his 20th, like you said. No, Zucker only, they might not have updated it. Yeah, he got his 20th.
Yeah, NHL.com takes a while to update.
I'm on ESPN, but the next closest.
Them too, yeah.
The next closest would be Dahlin with 13, which may or may not happen. I could see it if he goes on a little run here. He's been getting hot over the past 2 months, so I wouldn't be surprised if he got there. But they don't need to. The scoring is so balanced, and it is so even. Only one player on this team is a point per game player, and that's Tage Thompson. But they've got, 3 guys over 50 points, 5 guys over 40 points. 6 guys over 40 points now with the night Jack Quinn had tonight. It is a well-balanced lineup. I was talking to a few friends earlier, and they were talking about like, how did this happen? Like whatnot. And I keep going back to what our good friend Jack Eichel said last week, that it was only a matter of time for this group. There is a perfect combination of young, hungry guys with pedigree, mind you, former first-round picks that have kind of underachieved in their career. There's superstars in Tage Thompson and Rasmus Dahlin. And then you have the grizzled veterans like Jason Zucker. And now, I don't know if you consider Logan Stanley a grizzled veteran, but Alex Lyon and now Sam Carrick and Luke Shen, when he gets into the fold eventually. It is a perfect amalgamation of how you would want to build a hockey team. And provided they've stayed a little bit healthy over the past 3 months and they've gotten some guys back, it is fully forming into the best version that we have ever seen from this team. And I am willing to go out on a limb and say that includes the 2005 and 2006 seasons.
Like you took the words right out of my mouth. This team is so reminiscent of that 05-06 team, and they put the stamp on it against Tampa because I was there. Nobody lost faith. Last year, if that building was full and they went down by 2 in the third, people are heading for the exits. Nobody left because everybody felt that there was no way they were losing this game, even though they gave up the momentum at the end of the second period. And then right at the start of the third, they lost the lead, went up 6-4, 6-5, 7-5. And then nobody lost faith. And that was the same way it felt in those years with those Sabres teams under Lindy Ruff, with Briere and Drury and Max and Conley. It was just like you never lost faith. And I truly feel like that now. Nobody is losing faith no matter what the score is. If they could be down by 3 in the third and nobody's losing faith.
Yeah, I really am at a loss for words. It doesn't happen too often, but I just feel so overstimulated by all of this, especially watching it from afar and not being there. I have so much FOMO. I'm so happy that I'm going to be able to be home for the playoffs in mid-April or whenever the first game is. Hopefully that first Saturday on April 18th. That would be, I think, the perfect way to start out the playoffs. And it's even for the NHL, putting the Sabres on that first day, maybe the afternoon game, so you could have a proper tailgate downtown. Everyone can go to Ballyhoo. They can go to Cobblestone. They can go to Hofbrauhaus. They can go to the Labatt House. Every single bar in downtown Buffalo will be packed to the brim. And I think it would be a perfect – I might be getting a little ahead of myself here, but it feels like warranted almost at this point that this is one of the best things that has happened to the NHL in a really long time. Not just because the ratings are going to be through the roof, but it is an underdog story. It is this destitute franchise that hasn't done a thing in the past 14 years of consequence. And to finally come out from under that rock, meet every single expectation and exceed it in this like 3-month stretch, no less, is absolutely remarkable. And
I know.
I can tell you that Gary Bettman is over the moon right now.
Yep. I love this comment. Give Malenstyn a blank check. I know we all know who this is meant for, but the Malin GOAT, I mean, yeah, sign me up for a few more years of him at this point. I remember when we were all livid that we gave a 2nd-round pick for him, but it took a while for it to be worth it, but it's worth it. And when you were watching that play on his goal develop and him just kind of wiggle his way and worm his way through two different San Jose players, like I started like, he's going to get to this guy. He's going to find a way to break through this guy and he's going to get out of breakaway, and then just buries it. Absolutely buries it.
It was extremely reminiscent of his goal against the Hurricanes in November, if people remember that. A goal I don't think a lot of people thought he was capable of, but I think he gets into this mode, the Malin mode, the Malin GOAT and the Malin mode, and he shows this set of skill that he doesn't always necessarily need to because he plays such a heavy game and he's so strong on the forecheck and he throws more hits than anybody on the team and at the top of the NHL. But the fact that you got a guy that can do both is really, really valuable, especially on the fourth line.
Yeah, and you're getting scoring from everywhere, man. Malenstyn scoring, Carrick has scored a goal. Who isn't scoring right now? Who isn't? I think that's the question. Like you're getting scoring from everywhere.
Up and down the line.
With his 4th game in a row with an assist. Like Jesus Christ, man. Like I genuinely mean it. Will this? And I want to have a serious conversation here. And I put it in the topics for this episode. And I genuinely mean it. Could we have a legitimate conversation? Listen, we all know who's winning it, but could we have a legitimate conversation about Alex Lyon being nominated for the Vezina?
For sure.
The way he's playing this season. I think he should at least get nominated. Vasilevsky's going to win it. He is going to win it. I don't think that's debatable unless he completely fucking falls off a cliff here for the rest of the season. Lyon should be nominated. And you think back to when we had him on the podcast, and he said, "I just want to be a guy who can. I want all of my teammates to win. I want Devin Levi to be a part of win a Vezina. I want UPL to win a Vezina. I want to like." You knew we had something when we had him on the show.
We gotta pull that clip and post it.
We have to. Like I was thinking about that during the show. Like we knew we had something with Alex Lyon when we had him on the show. It's like, man, this guy has the right attitude. He's so positive. I've said it so many times in messaging back and forth with this guy this season that, like, I've never seen somebody more locked in than him. The things he would say, he's just like always about, man, we got to keep moving forward. Got to stay locked in. Got to make playoffs. He was talking about making playoffs when Ryan Whitney gave us a 0.00% chance to make playoffs. And you think about that, it's like, shit, man. Like, you could put a letter on that guy's jersey.
I knew we had a good dude, as we spoke about last time, just so well-spoken, so intelligent. But that would be crazy to put a letter on a goalie. I don't know when the last time. Didn't
they do it with Lou in Florida, though?
I don't know the last time it's happened. I really don't. It doesn't happen, as far as I can remember. I've only seen it in college, honestly. So maybe there's a rule against it in the NHL. I'm not sure. But, yeah, if anyone were deserving, it would be Alex Lyon. Even last game, I think it was after the Lightning game. Sam Carrick is handing out the belt, and in the background, you see Alex Lyon in street clothes, no less. The team's starting goalie.
Just fucking cheesing.
Doesn't have enough of an ego that he needs to dress for every game. Colin Ellis is the backup goalie with the biggest smile on his face. If
just cheesing.
Need to go back in that video and stop it and screenshot it. I also tweeted it out. He could not be happier to be selfless, to just be a part of this group. That's the reason he's existed in the NHL for as long as he has, in conjunction with obviously his composure and his talent. But he is the consummate teammate. He is the prototypical guy that you want in your locker room. He's one of the boys. He's a good human being, and he's just the best. I'm so happy that we signed Alex Lyon. We've had some good goalie signings in recent years, in the past few years. Craig Anderson gave some good games for the Sabres at the end of his career. James Reimer was really good at the end of his career for the Sabres. But Alex Lyon is one of the best goalie signings in Sabres history, given what's transpired in the past few months.
I mean, I think the Sabres have a good...
Real quick, even in the beginning of the season, he was the one that was keeping the team afloat.
In games, like there were games where Buffalo had no business being in any of those games, but Lyon was playing on his head, and we talked extensively about it. I mean, at the NHL Awards, I think Dahlin is the runaway favorite for the Masterson Trophy, in my opinion. Like everything he's been.
If he doesn't win it, something is wrong.
Insanity for what him and his fiance have been through this season, and how they've persevered.
He's making a conversation for the Norris as well.
I think so too. He's just under a point per game as a defenseman, right?
He's also probably not going to win the Norris, given.
But at least maybe a nomination. He'll get votes.
Quinn Hughes and Kel McCarr are doing, but yeah, I mean. In my humble and extremely unbiased opinion, he's the third best defenseman in the league. And I
think so too.
Absolutely shown it in the past 3 months. Once he figured everything he needed to figure out, which was family first, and then taking a small leave of absence and coming back. All the numbers, even the prototypical numbers of points, assists, goals, assists, and points, and then the underlying numbers of expected goals for and the deep analytics, all say that he's one of the best defensemen in the league. And he's showing that time and time and again.
McLeod with 3 points tonight. I mean, does he get to 50 points?
I picked him up on my fantasy team. His past 2 months have been insane.
You can't find. And here's the thing: when Tanner Pearson gets here, he's got to struggle to get in this lineup right now. Like Jordan Greenway, in my opinion, just put the guy on LTIR. Like what? Like how can you justify putting Jordan Greenway in this lineup right now with the way things are going, unless there's an injury?
Yeah, I think it really just depends on his health, and I do think they'll figure it out. At this point, I don't necessarily think I don't think they need to, or because they haven't yet, or at least we don't know of. So, I mean, he was in the locker room the other day too, and from what I hear, he's also a huge part of that locker room. So we'll see what happens with that. I personally, obviously, he had a rough start to the year, but he was probably pretty injured, and he's dealt with that since he's joined the Sabres. But I think Jordan Greenway is a great guy. I know he's beloved by his teammates, and maybe they're holding out hope he could get back to his full self, because I think we've all seen when he's at his best, he plays a heavy game, and that's the type of game, especially that we saw against the Lightning on Sunday and parts of today, that is absolutely necessary this time of the year, which we haven't experienced in a really long time, so we weren't too familiar up until this point. But the team that you would least expect to have a physical, nasty game against, in my opinion, would probably have been the San Jose Sharks. And they still did that tonight. Tage Thompson getting tabletopped by Dmitry Orlov, and a 5'6" soaking wet Zach Benson going in and immediately jumping Orlov, going straight for his head, no less.
Yeah.
In direct response to defend his teammate. Shows you everything you need to know about the culture in this room right now. They're all jumping on at the right time. It's the direct opposite of what happened last year. Was it Siegenthaler? Who was it that cheap shotted Tage Thompson and they didn't respond?
It was Noason.
Stefan Noesen, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Think about how we all felt when that happened, and think about where we are now after these last two games. You think these guys got the message? And that says more about Lindy Ruff than it does anybody.
We got some out-of-town scores here. Boston beats LA 2-1 in OT. Montreal 3-1 over Toronto, not shocking at all. Columbus over Tampa 5-2. That's good for us, obviously. Florida over Detroit 4-3. Rangers beat Calgary 4-0. And then Carolina over Pittsburgh in a shootout 5-4. I must have missed this. Rob Ray standing on a box to interview Stanley was spit laugh worthy.
Oh my God. I tried to take a picture or screenshot it on the ESPN app, but the ESPN app is
it's got to be somewhere on Twitter that we can bring
I'm sure it is. It's the worst thing in the world because he was the same height as him as he was interviewing him. And I was like, there's no way. There's absolutely no way.
No.
And then
what is he standing on?
He stood on a box. And then they panned out and it showed that he was standing on a box. And it was hilarious.
Oh my God. Did you catch what Rob Thomas said when interviewed by Jeff Merrick about
final Blue Jackets 5, Lightning 2?
Yes. Yep.
Oh my God.
Did you catch what Robert Thomas's interview? Just to go off topic for a second with Jeff Merrick and Greg Wyshynski.
I did see that.
How he was actually kind of semi-stoked to hear that Sabres fans were chanting his name when they weren't even going to get him. You know what I mean? Like just the night that rumor broke out, hearing that, he was on the trade block at the trade deadline. It's kind of probably frustrating because you signed a long-term deal there or you want to make it work there. But then on top of then to hear him seem kind of sort of enthused about the idea of maybe coming to Buffalo. I don't know, guys, maybe in the off season, just saying. That was pretty cool.
And Michael Kessering followed Robert Thomas on Instagram today as well.
Did he now?
Yeah.
Kessering can do the scouting work. I love it.
I came across an account long enough or often enough on X, the everything up, that I saw it's this bot that basically notifies any time an NHL player or team follows or unfollows somebody, and it's confirmed and verified. But they posted today that Kessering followed Robert Thomas on Instagram, and of course, everybody ran with it.
I love it.
And this was almost immediately after that clip came out of Robert Thomas with Jeff Merrick. So,
oh my God,
Ryan Windhorst meme.
Love it. You never know.
But just adds to the lore. It adds to everything going on right now. And I couldn't be happier. I am really appreciative of what this team has done, how they've come together, and the fan base that has all come together in conjunction with this. The support you guys have shown us, the comments that we get. I love interacting with everybody. It's been really cool and super fun. And the coolest part is we're just getting started. I personally think we have at least 2 more months of this. So buckle up, buckle your chin straps, buckle your Jofa buckets, whatever you got to do. We're in this for the long haul.
Yeah. And you hear the chants, as clear as the we want the cup. Ooh, Sabres on a warpath. This is amazing. This is so much fucking fun, dude. I can't remember the last time we've had this much fun watching the Sabres and being a part of this. And the way Dan, I can't remember exactly how he said it, but I don't know if you caught the way Dunleavy signed off on the game. It was incredible. Just kind of bringing everything in, how much the fan base is behind this team, the passion of the city, how long we've waited, how patient we've been, how patient this fan base has been, how patient people like me and you, and just name them on Sabres Twitter, how long we've stuck by this hockey team. Name me any other fan base that would have stuck by their teams the way Buffalo sports fans have through a 17-year playoff drought and then piggybacked by a 14-year playoff drought from the Sabres. And we've stuck by them. And never jumped off. We've been here, whether we've been negative, found optimism, cautious optimism. We have never left. And we deserve this more than any sports fan base on the planet.
Not even to play devil's advocate, but I would say not showing up physically to games in the past few years, I think was as much of a statement as any that this city cared about this team and the product that was on the ice. Because Tampa Bay fans have done it in the past few weeks, like, oh, you guys weren't actually fans when the team wasn't good. No, we were, because the ratings were as high as ever, but people weren't going to spend their hard-earned money to go to games when it didn't seem like everything was being put towards this team winning. And given what's happened in the past 3 months, obviously the GM change came at the right time. Even Terry Pegula, who made that decision, seemed to have a feeling for what was necessary at the right time. Also, even this offseason, I'll give him a ton of credit on bringing a respected, experienced front office man into the organization just in case it didn't go well to start the season. And he pulled the trigger at the exact right time. It was after a three-game losing streak followed by a 3-game win streak. And despite the 3-game win streak, he still did it. And I can give him a ton of credit for that. You can say whatever you want about the stadium. You can say whatever you want about anything else. But what's happening right now is a direct reflection of the ownership and the management knowing what was right at the exact right time. And I think the team and the fans are being directly rewarded for that.
Yeah, and I just, man, dude, like, you know how hard it was to, like, talk, I mean, amongst your friends, sure, but, like, there are group chats I've been in now for, quite a few years, and, like, there was one specific, I'm going to give these guys a shout out, like, when the rant on WGR happened, his name was Cole. We met at a Sabres game, and he recognized me from Twitter, and he goes, "Hey, man," he's like, "Dude, can I add you to our group chat? We're called the Buffalo Sports Idiots." And I actually end up doing like an interview with the news with all of them at a bar in Grand Island. And like, I've been in this group chat with these guys ever since. And like, for 6 years though, man, like there has been like up until, when they went on this heater, it's 99% Bills in that chat and like 1% Sabres. And now all you see is Sabres. Like it's overtaken all Bills talk, even during free agency, which is crazy. And I never thought this day would come, Hurls, that like legitimately it feels like 05 to like 2010 again, where this is a hockey town again. And we all knew it. It's just a shame that you have two generations of Sabres fans who didn't know it. But hopefully they're all getting on board now. Throw away the McDavid jerseys. Don't throw away Ovechkin jersey. It's the greatest goal scorer of all time. But like, throw away all those jerseys. Go get yourself a Josh Stone jersey. Go get yourself a Beck Malengoat jersey, a Zach Benson jersey, a Dahlin jersey. Go buy a jersey. Go support this team because they're not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I've had a lot of people talk to me about what jersey to get. Get whatever jersey you want. You never know what's going to happen in the business of pro sports. Guys can get traded. Guys can choose to make a decision for their family. Guys can do whatever they want because at the end of the day, it is a business and it is for money. I will say that the feeling that we have around this team specifically and around this season and what is going to transpire in the next couple months, even if a guy moves on after a couple of years, you will remember the feeling that you had and how it made you feel, and it will be worth it. I think all of these guys, someone said it a couple months ago, Beck Malenstyn's the type of guy who will be welcomed back here, kind of like the legends from the 05-06 team were a couple months ago. Everyone's going to remember his name. Kids who are growing up right now will be talking about their friends the same way we do Vaclav Varada and Tim Connolly and Jeff Sanderson and all those guys. It's their generation's team that will make them fall in love with the game of hockey and the league that is the NHL, especially in the days of social media. The Sabres 2 runs in 05, 06, and 06 or 07 were basically pre-Twitter. They were pre-Facebook. They were pre this Gen Z, even millennial age of social media. So we're all going to experience it in a different way. And I think that's beautiful because it's going to make an even bigger impact, and more people are going to see it, and more people are going to be able to get on board. I've had a lot of fans, even in the past 2 days, reply to comments in some of my posts saying, like, I couldn't be happier for Sabres fans, not even being a Sabres fan. And when my team is out, I'm going to root for this team in this city because it is such a good story. And I think that's really beautiful.
Dude, I couldn't agree with you more. I'm going through the like, there are so many new faces in the chat, Hurls, but like, I thought I was caught up with some of the comments because I did start kind of late. I'm bringing them up because I try, when there's this many people, it's tough for us to really like engage directly with what you're saying. Maybe if there's a question there, we'll bring up. But like, there are hundreds of comments in the chat right now, and that's insanity. Like the other night, we had over 300 people at one time watching. Right now, we have 150 on YouTube just by itself. And you guys, we say this all the time, but you guys have made this worth it. Like, just this show, coming on here as often as we do. I mean, how many games have we honestly like not done a post-game show for, Hurls?
It's only been 2 or 3, and that's mostly been related to
Western Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, because nobody's going to want to be up at 1 o'clock in the morning. And just, this is all for you guys. And I here's another new face. I haven't seen him in the chat yet. There's so many, another one, never seen them in the chat. It's crazy. Another one, I haven't seen them in the chat before. Like, this is awesome. This is so awesome, and keep it coming. Keep it coming. I know, like, we're going to get to your tweet earlier too, because I definitely want to shine a spotlight on that, because I think people need to know. Actually, I'll give you the floor right now to talk about that.
Yeah, so I actually just updated the post because there was a small typo. But if people remember, maybe you didn't see it in the scope of everything happening during the home opener, but the Sabres every year have a blue and gold carpet that the players all walk down before the game, right around where the Party in the Plaza used to be. And they say hi to the fans. They sign jerseys, sign autographs. It's this really cool thing. I've never experienced it in person, but seeing the photos and the videos are always really cool. So this year, Rasmus Dahlin walked down the blue and gold carpet with a girl named Sophia Laborde. She's a 16-year-old Sabres fan. She's unfortunately battling fibrolamellar hepatocellular carcinoma, which is a rare form of liver cancer. She's unfortunately not doing too well. I've heard from a close friend of the family. And one of the things that is keeping her going is obviously the Sabres' current warpath and this winning streak. And she's had a lifelong dream, along with her family, of seeing a hockey game in every single NHL arena. It's something that she's almost accomplished, and it's something she really, really wants to do. So at the end of this month, Sophia and her family are headed to New York City, and they are planning to go to a Rangers, Islanders, and Devils game in 3 consecutive days, which, all things not even considered, number one, puck knower. Number two, that is awesome. Even if you're not a Sabres fan, if you're just a fan of hockey in the NHL, that is an incredible dream to try to accomplish. And I commend her for that above anything else or related to anything else. That is super cool. But when you consider the circumstances, it makes it even more significant. But the cost of that trip, the tickets and the hotels and the travel, along with the ever increasing cost of medical bills. A lot of people know what's happening with medical and health insurance in this country. It is a struggle for a lot of people, and it is significant, and it's very significant for them. And it would help to donate if you're able to help make this dream come true, and also help her with her medical costs. So I'm going to put a link in the chat to her GoFundMe. They have a $100,000 goal. Earlier today, it was at 43,000. It's already gone over 44,000 since I posted it about 30 minutes ago. Just updated the post, so it's a new post, but you'll still see the engagement and the GoFundMe in there. But if you're able, any amount could help. I know you hear that all the time, but it's really true. And even if you're not, because the financial situation for everybody in this country is tough at the moment, even sharing the post or sending it to friends or sending it in your group chats, that also helps as well. I just think with all of the good feeling and the goodwill that we have behind this team and this win streak, transferring that to a Sabres fan in need who's directly connected to not only the captain of the team and one of the best players on the team, but a guy who's gone through his own significant hardships this year in Rasmus Dahlin, with his fiancee, Carolina, having heart transplant surgery and in the process losing their baby. I don't always believe in divine intervention or believe in fate, but the fact that before a lot of this was even public, the fact that Rasmus walked down that carpet, was even there for opening night, and walked down that carpet with a girl like Sophia, I think is really, really cool and a coincidence with a deeper meaning. So if you guys are able to help, that would go a long way, and Sophia and her family would never forget it.
Yeah, we remember me and you, like, specifically, we kind of led the charge on when it became known with Dahlin, what he went through. We helped raise, like, I think it was over 15 grand for the Rasmus Dahlin Foundation. So, like, we know this fan base is capable of contributing for a cause like this. So, you know, we'll post it again from Twitter. We'll do it, like, we'll keep the momentum going on this. We'll make sure that, you know, it's on, it keeps hitting everybody's timelines. Do we know if they've gotten their tickets yet?
They're in the process. So they've been planning this trip for the past few weeks, and just a close friend of the family told me that they're not asking for money, of course, but it is become extremely significant. So they're looking into it, and it's something that they want to do given what's happening. She's going through chemo. They've had issues with certain treatments, and she's trying out something else. But the process, I think a lot of people have some connection to cancer, but the process to go through chemo and these treatments and radiation sometimes is not always linear. And sometimes you can have really, really good days and you're able to get out of the hospital and even take a walk or go to a restaurant and see family, or even take a trip to help yourself feel mentally and emotionally better. And then you have other days which you can't even imagine the pain and how bad it can get. And I think that's what cancer is for a lot of people, and everybody's got a connection to it. The Hockey Fights Cancer movement, the stand up to cancer that you see during MLB playoff games, everybody is affected by it. And if you're not, you are extremely, extremely lucky. It is a horrible disease that still doesn't have a full reaching or full overarching cure. So to summarize, they are looking into it, and anything would help.
Yeah. And yeah, like you said, like, I think in some way, shape, or form, we've all, like, been affected in some way by cancer, a family member, a friend, whether, like, just directly. You know, it is one of the most, through my own experience with my mother, you know, when she passed, it was brain, bone, and lung cancer. That to this day, like, you know, if you've ever been to Roswell Park, like, inside the building, it's really, I don't know how to, with the right word to put it, but, like, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. That's the only word that can describe it. And anybody that has to go through that at such a young age, it's the most unfair things in the world. And I just know, like, we get the moniker City of Good Neighbors for a reason, and I know this city will come together for her in a time like this, and, you know, give her something that you know, her and her family, I'm sure, are really looking forward to, and, you know, do our best to make that trip worthwhile.
I'm trying to post the link in here. It's not letting me at the moment. I'm gonna try to figure out before I do it, and I will let people know if it's in the chat. And if I'm not able to post it in the chat, then just go to my Twitter, churls13, my X. I'll post it. We can post it to the Two Goalies One Mic account. I think retweeted it. I updated the link too, so maybe you have to do that again. I'll make it happen, but eventually you all will see it in one way or the other. And really appreciate you guys.
100%. Yeah, and it's hard to transition away from something like that. And again, we'll all do our best to donate to that and support that and keep it out there at the forefront so people see it and know that it's out there.
As not a good transition, but a transition. Bam Adebayo has scored the second most points in NBA history with 83 points in a game.
What? Who?
Bam Adebayo on the Miami Heat. He scored 83 points in a single game.
Still no Beck Malenstyn.
I think
Beck Malenstyn would have scored 84.
That is insane.
Yeah, like I was impressed when Kobe scored 60 in his last game ever in his career, but that's crazy. I can send
Oh my God. Well, yeah, if that's any news to think about for a second. But yeah, I mean, the only person having a better night than Bam Adebayo is the Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah. Kick it back to our sponsors here. Shout out again to Fatty Beer Company, Western New York's premier market and tap room with over 300 beers to choose from at 7 different Western New York locations. If you want to get a beer, celebrate a Sabres win, pregame before a Sabres game, watch a Sabres game, get to Fatty Beer. Again, I mentioned it. I'm going to mention it every episode until the day comes for the first away game, weather permitting. Fatty Beer in Lancaster is going to throw a giant watch party outside, hopefully in good weather. They're going to shut down the street. They're going to bring in street vendors, food trucks. It's going to be BYOB. I believe it'll be BYOB. Don't quote me on that. But you can get beer from Fatty Beer, Scoobs. Again, a giant screen at each end of the street. It's going to be a blast. I'll be there. We might even do a live podcast. So keep an eye out for that as more information becomes available. Shout out again to Extreme Discount Mattress with Western New York's finest selection of mattresses and adjustable beds. 7 different Western New York locations. You can find them at extrememattress.com. That is extreme with an X. They also have a new closeout center at 1625 Walden Avenue in Cheektowaga with up to 80% off their already low prices on one-of-a-kind closeouts and floor models. And remember, if you mentioned you're a fan of Two Goalies One Mike, you get yourself a free mattress protector with any purchase of a mattress. So nothing better than free. And who doesn't need a great night's sleep after a amazing Sabres win? And of course, Impulse Physical Therapy of Western New York. It's time to ditch the physical therapy clinics that treat you like you are just another number and step into a world where you're at the center of your care. Impulse is owned by Buffalo's only board-certified sports physical therapist. We work one-on-one using science-backed technology like 3D motion analysts and force plates to help you exceed your goals and become the healthiest, strongest version of yourself. So come experience the Impulse difference today and mention this for a discounted $77 assessment visit. Whether you get your sports testing done, you're rehabbing from a work-related injury, a sports-related injury, you can get it all over at Impulse Physical Therapy, 5-star staff, 5-star facilities. And let them know that we sent you from Two Goalies One Mike, again, located at 5087 Broadway, Suite 100, right next to Catalyst Fitness in Depew, New York. Hurls, before we get to your final thoughts, I'm going to see if I can try and pull up the post-game quotes here from Brian Koziel. But any other thoughts? I mean, we kind of covered a lot. We covered the Jack Quinn hat trick. Dahlin, I guess, had 3 or 4 points tonight. I didn't realize that. It was a sneaky, quiet 3-point night for Dahlin. We covered Malenstyn. We talked about Lyon. Did we miss anything?
I don't know if we did. I feel so overstimulated by everything at the moment. I mean, I was looking at the team stats as I always do, just to make sure there was nothing that we really missed. 0 for 1 in the power play, but that doesn't really matter because they had 4 power play goals last game. That seems to be a little bit better. 28-27 faceoffs. I was going to mention earlier, Lindy Ruff this morning said he was scared of Macklin Celebrini, deservedly so. I am also scared of Macklin Celebrini.
He's so good.
Was the entire Olympics. I would be even more so if we were in the Western Conference. Thankfully, well, maybe not thankfully we're not because it's not as good as the East, but either way, don't have to face him that often. Had the really, really nice goal to make it interesting in the first period tonight. He only had that 1 shot on goal, and he was a -1. He had 1 giveaway, 1 takeaway. What does BS mean? Block shots. He had 3 block shots, I guess. But for a guy that has largely dominated the league in his second season in the NHL to only have one shot, I think really speaks to the defensive plan that they had for Macklin Celebrini tonight and how good this team can be in matchup specific situations. And I think they did that. And I think that's really, really impressive. Very nice goal, bar down, backhand, good for him. To hold him to just that one shot, I think is really, really impressive.
100%. Post-game quotes from inside the locker room brought to you by Fatty Beer. I think from Beck Malenstyn, the Malin Goat. Welcome to Malenstyn. Actually, I'm not going to say that one. I'm not going to say that one. We keep that to myself. I think we talked about it this morning, how to turn the page coming off the Tampa game. Says they were aware that a letdown could be there, but they addressed it and were ready to go from the start. Malenstyn on Logan Stanley. He's a big body, physical, can really lean on the puck. We are happy to add him to the D-core back there. Stanley says he found about this afternoon around 3 to 3:30 p.m. that he could play tonight after his visa issues were taken care of. Says he was nervous but calmed down in the second period. More from Stanley. I think the amount of energy in this room is refreshing. It's young and skilled. It's an amazing group and everyone gets along. Says the room is really tight and they will stick up for each other. Quinn on his hat trick. It's pretty cool. Really happy to get it. Says that it feels like he hasn't scored in a while and it was nice to contribute. Jack Quinn says it's contagious how everyone is playing hard and sticking up for one another. Quinn said McLeod got the puck for him when he got the hat trick. Said it took him, McLeod, about 5 passes for me to finally finish that one. Quinn says Zucker brings it every night, drags us into the fight, says he's learned a lot from him. Dahlin on Logan Stanley. He came in and fired the boys up right away. Dahlin on Benson jumping in after Tage was hit. Big respect for Benny. I'm not surprised at all. I'm proud of him. Ruff says that all 3 players got their visas taken care of, so we'll have pretty much, we'll see how the lineups pan out. But, hopefully we see Luke Shen and Tanner Pearson here soon. Ruff on Quinn's breakout game. It was due to go. Says that line was generating chances a lot lately. He's one guy when he's hitting his mark. It gives us another big threat. Ruff says there is a level of consistency they've played with that allows them to get to the point of these long winning streaks. Ruff on Beck Malenstyn. He's really worked hard on his skill set. I give him a lot of credit. It's led to some production. Says he's one of our best skaters. Good for him. I'm happy for him. He works so hard at his game. That's the again, that was brought to you by Fatty Beer Company from inside the locker room. We didn't cover that. Benny being the first guy to jump after Tage was, tossed the way he was, and somehow we ended up killing a penalty and all that. But shout out to Benny for the smallest guy on the ice, but one of the biggest hearts.
I did mention that.
Oh, you did? Okay, sorry.
I went on a soliloquy about that. I probably got so fired up that you just got into a tizzy yourself, and it brought up so many feelings in your brain that it clouded your hearing and your judgment, so that you weren't.
Yeah, no. I was fired up. I might have been controlling the comments at the time.
No, I think that's it really does speak to how much is going on right now and the almost inability to completely focus on everything. And it's really crazy, to be honest. I think everybody can enjoy it in any way they like. And I hope everybody is celebrating responsibly on a Tuesday night.
Yeah. Follow up on that NBA player, Bam, who scored 83 points. 36 of those points came from the free throw line.
I mean,
that's got to be like an NBA record, right?
The Sabres fans have their fair share of experience with tanking. The best example of it in the current NBA is the Washington Wizards, who traded for Trae Young, who didn't play for 2 months. They traded for Anthony Davis, who is kind of hurt, but not really, and he's not going to play for the rest of the year. They are actively tanking as much as any NBA team I've ever seen. I play fantasy basketball, and you basically can't start anyone on that team. They've lost 9 in a row. They're 1-9 in their last 10. 16-48. They've been bad for a long time, but this is one of the best drafts in NBA history, but in recent NBA history. the top 5 of this draft could potentially be franchise altering. How many times have we heard that? So I think Bam Adebayo's 83 points in one game is directly related to that.
Yep. Here's another one. Bamenstein.
I like that.
Bamenstein. I like that.
I like that.
I like that a lot.
I said the Sabres' 86 points is better than Bam Adebayo's 83 points.
I agree. Because fuck them. That's why. Your final thoughts, Hurls, before we get out of here.
Yeah, real quick. I tried to post it in our StreamYard account, but I eventually went to the YouTube, and I was able to post the link to the GoFundMe to Sophia's cause in there. If you just copy and paste that link, you can find your way to it. Appreciate you guys once again. And then that's also on my Twitter account as well. We retweeted it from the Two Goalies One Mic as well. So really appreciate you guys. Good cause. And I think it wraps a nice bow for Rasmus Dahlin and the fan base around everything that's good that's happening right now to help out somebody in need. So I think that's really cool. And other than that, I'm pretty speechless. I really am. It's like that commercial where guys win the cup for the first time and they can't find the words. And I know that might seem a little premature and hyperbolic at the moment, but this is I've run out of words to describe.
We're all Ray Bork when he finally won a cup.
Yeah, what the Buffalo Sabres are doing right now.
You know,
and I think that's the best way to say it or not say it, in my opinion. So we'll see you on Thursday, and go Birds.
Yeah. One thing I did want to cover, I'm not sure if you covered it slightly. I think you might have said something. Tuck getting his 300th point as a Sabre.
I didn't. So
yeah, I think that's what I was thinking about, not the Benny thing, because it was in to talk about in the header. Played his 600th NHL game tonight and recorded his 300th point as a Sabre. So a couple clicks for him. Let's get him signed. We all got that update. I think in my one tweet from earlier in the week just signed the guy already when it was reported what the salary cap is projected to go up to. Like, who cares at this point? Just get him signed. Like, I don't see how this team is the same team next year or as successful without Alex Tuck at this point. Like, it doesn't make. Here he goes from Alan Walsh at Walsh A on Twitter. Analyzing NHL HRR projections and the current revenue slack that exists in the system. Here in the NHL is projecting a salary cap upper limit of approximately $123 million in 2028, 2029. We are currently at $95.5 million. That's almost $30 million rise of the cap within 3 years. Just fucking sign him. Just get him signed. What are we waiting for? Like,
yeah, I mean, I'm sure maybe they're not talking about it because he's mentioned many times he doesn't want to focus on that midseason. I don't necessarily believe that. I think everything that's happened might change that feeling a little bit, and hopefully they're coming to some sort of compromise or some type of deal. I hope you saw Connor McGovern's quote today. Connor McGovern had a really, really impactful quote at his press conference talking about his re-signing, and I'll leave it with this because I got to go myself. Connor McGovern could have gotten paid in free agency significantly more than what he did to re-sign with the Buffalo Bills for $13 million a year. And I've thought this about athletes for a long time, and I will never fault an athlete for trying to get their market value and what they're worth so they can secure their family's future for generations and generations to come. I will never be upset at an athlete for doing that. But I also always applaud whenever an athlete has the perspective to go in front of a microphone like Connor McGovern did today and say, $13 million a year is a lot of money. And if him and his family aren't able to, I think he said survive and live on that, what a shame that would be. But I think he also meant that what a shame it would be if he wasn't able to parlay that into, which is absolutely going to be generational wealth for his family already. This is his second contract or third contract in the NFL. And him taking $2 million more, $3 million more a year just to go to somewhere else and sacrifice his happiness is what he said wasn't worth it to him and his family. Everybody's different, but I think if there were another athlete in the city of Buffalo that could speak to that exact mindset, given the history where he's from and everything that's gone along with Alex Tuck and his story with the Sabres, I do think it's Alex Tuck. So
I think
I hope you heard that quote, and I think that would mean
I hope so too.
The city of Buffalo.
Did you see? I know you have to get out of here, but did you see the pictures of Charlie McAvoy yet?
No, I haven't.
McAvoy broke his front teeth and lost more bottom teeth tonight, but came back and scored the Bruins game-winning goal in overtime. And they're showing his face, dude, like it's gross. Like there's just blood and there's gums. He's gumming up.
Gosh.
Front teeth.
A couple months for a few.
Yeah, it's been
guys
tough.
on the USA hockey team, Jack Hughes and Charlie McAvoy. Hope they have good dentists.
All right, guys, if you've enjoyed this podcast, please make sure you're following along on audio only. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your audio podcast. Please make sure you leave us a 5-star rating. Really appreciate it. If you are on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, you can find me at DuaneS39. You can find my co-host Connor Hurley at CHurls13. You can find the podcast at 2 Goalies 1 Mike. Please make sure you're following along. You like and retweet or repost or whatever we're calling it these days. And most importantly, as I see most of you are watching on YouTube, a lot of new faces in there. Please make sure you're subscribed. Hit that bell icon so you know when we go live. Open up your notifications, press all. So the moment we schedule to go live, you get notification, you get notified. And of course, please smash the like button. Appreciate you all. We will talk to you soon. Hoo-ha! Sabres on a warpath. Let's get cup crazy. Let's go, Sabres. We will talk to you later. Go, Sabres!